Salute, the streets are buzzing. New York Knicks streets, Knicks Nation. The playoffs are here, and the New York Knicks take on the Cleveland Cavaliers this Saturday in Cleveland in Game 1. So many talking points, storylines, things to talk about. But let me break it down for you. CT here to give you my prediction, which is Knicks in 6. And I think the New York Knicks are too versatile and will overpower the defense of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, 3-1 in the season series, the New York Knicks head-to-head did have the advantage on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Much respect to the Cleveland Cavaliers for finishing 4th. They deserve the seeding. They've had an outstanding season. After obtaining Donovan Mitchell, drafting Evan Mobley, Darius Garland, trading for Jarrett Allen, they've built a solid squad, which is going to be a threat and is going to test the New York Knicks' will, skill, and all of that. But the New York Knicks offense is one of the best offenses in the NBA, going up against the best defense in the NBA. And as they say, better offense beats good defense. So let me break down what gives the New York Knicks the edge in this series, right? Starters v starters, I feel, are going to cancel each other out. Jalen Brunson, we know what he brings. Spider Mitchell, we know what he brings. Julius Randle, we'll talk about him and his health and impact in a minute. But Emmanuel Quickley, ladies and gentlemen, for me, is the first player that's going to give the Knicks the edge. Now, I'm talking about coming off the bench. Emmanuel Quickley averaged 14 points on the season, but in his last 10 games, Emmanuel Quickley is averaging 20 points per game. Absolute on a tear, on fire right now. He's the player to watch for me out of one of these two that I'm about to talk about, because Emmanuel Quickley brings that big game mentality, never afraid to take a big shot, going to get the crowd hyped, coming off the bench and giving the New York Knicks that boost to overtake the Cleveland Cavaliers, right? I think the starters throughout the duration of the series will cancel each other out. But Emmanuel Quickley's offense and skill coming off the bench, I think it's going to be too much for Cleveland to overcome. And he really does give the Knicks that edge, right? Emmanuel Quickley coming in on a tear right now. And of course, the New York Knicks are the 4th best offense in the league. And he's a big part of that, coming off the bench. And that's a luxury that the New York Knicks have. Now, the next player that gives the Knicks an edge, to me, is Mitchell Robinson. Emmanuel Quickley and Mitchell Robinson, right? Mitchell Robinson is the quintessential strength of this New York Knicks team, which is rebounding, right? The New York Knicks have a supreme advantage over the Cleveland Cavaliers in the rebounding department. The New York Knicks rank 3rd in the league in rebounds total, and the Cleveland Cavaliers are the 25th ranked team in rebounds. And why is that important, man? Mitchell Robinson cleaning the glass, giving the New York Knicks second chance upon second chance points, abilities and opportunities to put up extra points, right? The New York Knicks offense is 4th in the league, but not just because they shoot a good percentage. We know they're not a great percentage shooting team. It's because they get more shots up, more opportunities. And of course, playing fast is going to be key, but winning the rebounds is a true strength for this team. Mitchell Robinson, the anchor on defense, and Emmanuel Quickley, the anchor off the bench, ladies and gentlemen. So it's a big series, and no doubt that it's going to be back and forth, right? It's not going to be easy, but I think the Knicks offense will overpower the better defense of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, in terms of some of the weaknesses for the Knicks that I'm looking for them to improve upon, the New York Knicks were ranked 29th in the league in assists, while the Cleveland Cavaliers are the 19th ranked team in assists. So what's going to be key is ball movement, not getting too stagnant, not going isolation too much, right? Get that ball moving, move it around. I think the Knicks can come at the Cleveland Cavaliers in waves, right? And that's where they're going to overpower ultimately the better defense, because they are the better offense, right? And rebounding is the big key, playing fast. I mentioned putting up more shot opportunities. The New York Knicks are an excellent team at limiting turnovers, right? Ranked third team in turnovers. The Cleveland Cavaliers are ranked 5th in turnovers. So two teams that like to take care of the ball. That's going to be a key thing to watch, right? Jalen Brunson, Emmanuel Quickley, Josh Hart, Quentin Grimes, RJ Barrett, Julius Randle. The New York Knicks have a lot of ball handlers that can grab the rebound and push the break as well. So I'm looking for that. Move the ball around, like I said. Now, a little flashback into the 4 games head-to-head for the season, right? 3-1. Over those 4 games, the New York Knicks shot 48% from the field and 39.2% from deep, which is excellent over the 4 games average, right? But breaking it down for you, in the home and road, right? The New York Knicks shot on fire on the road. They were 1-1 against the Cavs on the road this season, shot 50% from the field and 42%, an amazing 42% from deep on the road in the 2 games on the road in Cleveland. So I'm looking for the New York Knicks offense to get out hot and to shoot comfortably on the road again, 42% from deep, right? Now, the New York Knicks were 2-0, won both games at MSG throughout the regular season, but shot 45% from the field and 35% from deep. So didn't shoot as well from deep at MSG, shot better on the road from the field and from deep in Cleveland in the 2 games. So the New York Knicks road warriors all season long. I'm looking for them to go into Cleveland and at least win 1 out of the first 2 games and go back all square, back to MSG. The New York Knicks, I mentioned, not a great efficient team this season, right? 20th in true shooting percentage, which ranked 21st in field goal percentage. And the Cavs were 9th in true shooting percentage, right? 5th in field goal percentage. So the Cleveland Cavaliers shoot incredibly efficient. However, obviously the New York Knicks have the better offense because they get more shots up. They put up more shots, right? The Knicks are ranked 11th in the league in points per game, 116. The Cleveland Cavaliers, 25th ranked team in points per game with 112. So the New York Knicks have a 4-point advantage, right? And over in the nine ranking spots ahead of the Cleveland Cavaliers in points per game. Like I mentioned, rebounding is key. That's why I have Mitchell Robinson, Emmanuel Quickley as the 2 players that give the New York Knicks the edge in this series, right? The New York Knicks are 8th ranked team in defensive rebounds. Cleveland Cavaliers are 25th in defensive rebounds. Knicks are also the 29th ranked team in assists, like I mentioned. Again, the Cleveland Cavaliers 19th. So the New York Knicks got to get that ball moving. But I think the offense of the New York Knicks is going to overpower the Cleveland Cavaliers in this series. And I predict the Knicks in 6. Now, Julius Randle's health obviously is up in question. However, all indications point to he's practicing, able to put a lot of weight and run on the ankle, which is a great sign for the New York Knicks. I'm expecting him to be available in game 1, if not game 2. Maybe not 100%, but with or without Julius, I'm still confident that the New York Knicks can win this series in 6 or 7. But of course, having Julius is going to give that Knicks team ultimate versatility. Offensively, I mentioned the versatility. I think they have too much over Cleveland in terms of ball handlers, guys that can impact the game in many ways and take over. Ball handlers is key in the playoffs, because it's going to allow Jalen Brunson, if he starts to get trapped, he can play off ball. That's the beauty of it. We can match the Cleveland Cavaliers backcourt, a strong backcourt of Darius Garland and Spider Mitchell. I think the starters, again, can cancel each other out. But I think Emmanuel Quickley, Josh Hart, Isaiah Hartenstein, Deuce McBride, Obi Toppin. I think over a 7-game series, the New York Knicks bench is just going to be too strong and too many options with a lot of versatility. but it's going to come down to the fundamentals. The New York Knicks need to continue to be good at what they've been great at this season, which is rebounding, limiting turnovers, and playing solid defense, closing out. And I think they will close out this series, ladies and gentlemen. Cannot wait. I got a week planned of live streams, guests lined up, but this is my initial breakdown and early preview of the series. It's going to be fun. The streets are buzzing. Let's get it, New York Knicks. We here. Peace.